Because you're a very good dancer.
Good job.
Running down in our Speedos down the beach.
Yeah.
Baywatch style.
So much fun. This is the House of Wellness, and well, if it isn't Shane Crawford.
Mel, thank you very much. We have a huge show. Can you believe it? Pete Murray is going to perform live on the show. Can you believe that? Pete Murray.
And here to bring the fun, we have Dr. Ahmed, Kazmi, and Yvie Jones. Woohoo! And how are we, team? How's the week been, Dr. Ahmed?
Oh, lovely, thank you. Same, they're all on repeat these days. Child rearing patients, but separately, I'm not child rearing my patients.
I went salsa dancing on the weekend.
Did you?
And I loved it. Yes.
Really?
I love shaking the hips, even though I'm out of time.
Hips don't
at times. Hips don't lie, but it's just a great vibe.
Yeah.
Because you're a very good dancer.
Thanks. Yeah. I had leg warmers. Oh,
You had leg warmers?
The Fame era.
Yes.
Oh, we have to bring that back. We have to have a disco
Yes.
with Mel Doyle with her leg warmers.
Yes.
Did you have roller skates as well? There you go.
Yeah. I think if I was on roller skates now, I'd probably go over. But anyway.
My week's been just lovely. Country air, it's in my lungs. I've got something to share with you all because I want to introduce you all to my adorable new friend, Lenny the Lamb Chop. This is Lenny.
Oh, bless.
I just got her because I've moved to the country.
Oh, you obviously don't feed her.
Eats everything. We need to... she's got a lot of energy.
Thinks she's a kangaroo.
So sweet.
Has she got a
thinks she's
nappy
a
on?
dog.
Yeah.
She does have a nappy on.
She's got a
And
nappy on.
she does like toilet paper. Yeah, it is me.
What sort of
That's her
sheep
auntie there. She's a Suffolk, a black-faced Suffolk.
Yep. And she's going well with potato?
Yeah, because I have my 15-year-old potato dog.
Potato's a dog.
Yeah. Potato is not most impressed dog with Lenny because I think it's in their DNA. They just want to headbutt and bounce around. I've been watching these TikToks where you see the lambs and they just walk all over their mums and everything in the flock. So that's just clearly what they do. Potato doesn't like that at all.
Okay.
What happened that you ended up with the...
Well, my friend does it. And in Australia, 10 to 15 million lambs a year die due to hypothermia or starvation from being rejected by their mothers. So humans can intervene and we can get them. And if we can get them in time and keep their temperature regulated and bottle feed them, you get them over a week and you know they're going to be fine. So she's just coming on 4 weeks now and she's fine, as you can see. I didn't name Lenny. I would have named Lenny mint sauce or rosemary or...
Oh, that's very good. Or Barry Manilow.
Oh, I like
Do you know
that.
Or Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, but she's a girl. She can't be a ram. So
Right,
it'd have
okay.
to be Usain Bolt. And she does sleep in my bed.
What?
Oh.
Yes, she does actually sleep in my bed because she thinks she's a dog and I think she's a dog and I have all my dogs in my bed, so...
Oh, but what about when
to
she's
do.
fully grown?
Well, that's when she has to go outside. And they're happy to be outside once they've got their wool.
What happens, though, if you foster them for a while because they've been rejected by their mother? Do you give them back to the farmer at some point, or...?
She is domesticated, but they can go back into a flock, no problem at all.
OK.
What is one animal that you would love to have?
A cow.
You'd like to have a cow?
That's actually... People think dogs are my favourite animals, but they're not. Cows are my hands-down favourite animal.
One that you can milk?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I just use my hands like that, but I'm
Dairy
like...
cow would be good.
But I have... Have you ever milked a cow before?
Yes.
It's very unusual.
you
You
end
know,
up
the
with-
way you
not
have to
quite like
squeeze
that,
the
clearly.
teat.
Yes.
To get all the
feeding
milk.
Lenny the bottle is similar. I don't have to squeeze it, but she goes like this, and it's like a milkshake.
And she's wearing a nappy.
I am fulfilling my maternal instincts right now because I don't have any children, so now I do.
How long will she be in a nappy for?
Until she has to go outside. You can't toilet train a sheep. You can't toilet train them. As much as they think they're dogs, they're not.
Well, coming up, we find out why singles are giving dating apps the flick. watching The House of Wellness.
Oh, more and more singles are ditching the apps and meeting IRL. That's in real life.
Oh.
There are even events helping people relearn how to date face-to-face.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Flirt, talk,
Right.
touch, feel, look, smell.
Hello.
So, is old school dating the way forward? Like, you know,
Sounds like it.
the way we used to do it? Well, I went to see for myself. Have a look at this.
They call it the human love quest.
Oh! There are a few people here.
It's a live, on-stage, blind dating event.
Can we give everybody a lot of love tonight?
But unlike the dating shows of television past, it's not only the contestants who are given a chance at romance.
Would you like to meet someone here?
I can meet someone here.
You're open to it?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
Do you think you could meet someone at a show like this?
Could be, yeah, maybe.
I did go on a date with someone from the crowd before.
And while the single Pringles mingle, the dates-to-be wait behind the scenes.
Yeah, been on and off the dating apps, got a little bit sick of them recently, wanted to meet someone organically.
Are you on the dating apps?
I recently just got back on probably a month ago and definitely want to get back off.
Why?
They're just shit.
And many in the crowd think they're a pain in the proverbial too.
Yeah, they're a little bit terrible.
Do you like the in real life meeting? Do you think that there's a lot more in that as far as dating goes than doing it online?
Yes. Yeah. But then I am still single, so maybe I've got it wrong.
So what do show hosts and love pros Connor and Xander think?
People would rather look at their phones and look at someone's trading card they've made for themselves with their own stats than actually go and talk to a person.
Yes.
I get it can be a scary thing to do.
Yes.
But ultimately, dating should be fun. It's meant to be fun.
What are you seeing as the difference as opposed to the dating apps?
I think one thing we see a lot of the time is genuine openness that you often wouldn't get on the apps. There's something about being in person, it makes people open up a lot more.
Then it's showtime.
Contestant number 1, hello. Right on, fantastic. Give it up for contestant number 2. Contestant number 3, come and join me.
And after several rounds of questions, a match is made.
Contestant number 3, would you like to have a drink?
Then straight to a date. In a safe environment, tucked out of view of the audience. Not to mention, just meters from the emergency exit.
Well, that proves it. Real life dating is better than the apps. Maybe that'll be me next time.
To get a handle on why the dating scene is changing, I called in a love guru. No, not Shane. It's professional matchmaker Trudy Gilbert. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, what exactly does a professional matchmaker do, and how do you find your matches?
Well, I work closely with my clients to understand what they're looking for in a relationship, put highly compatible people in front of them and help them navigate the transition from dating to getting into a lasting relationship.
So you do all the hard work for them?
Basically, yes.
So tell me, though, having dated way before apps, what is it that made the apps so fabulous and take off as quickly as they did?
Well, they were fun. They were fast. You know, when they first launched, you could be sitting in your lounge room swiping, looking at hundreds of singles nearby, and you felt hopeful because there was so much choice. But those things have all turned into disadvantages, and people are now suffering dating fatigue. They don't want to be on the apps anymore. They're looking for a better way. So there's been a mass exodus, and share price is actually down significantly for a lot of the apps.
People are turning away from the apps.
Yes.
And was it because initially people were looking for a quick hookup, a bit of a slap and tickle, as you would say?
Really?
Like, whereas now they're trying to be serious about where they want to go?
See, I think it's the opposite. I don't think they were in the beginning looking for a slap and tickle. I think that's what it's become. People were using the apps to find real relationships, and it turned into kind of a hookup thing.
Well, I'm going to correct you there,
okay,
Yvie,
please.
because the first app... Let's set the record straight.
Okay.
The first app that began was Grindr, which was the geolocation-based sex app for gay men.
I stand corrected.
And then the hetero version, Tinder, was soon released after, and that still ingrained today is what you're saying, is the hookup culture. So people that are going on there for seeking a long-term relationship, it's flawed. It's not designed for that, and that can't kind of get out of the whole, you know, zeitgeist of the app process and mentality.
So does that mean if they're moving on from the apps, they're coming back to matchmakers? Has it been good for you and for business?
It has. Look, I've always had clientele that would prefer to keep their privacy, that they're very discreet, they don't want to go online, they value outsourcing to an expert and tapping into their expertise. But now my largest client base are those that are over the apps and just can't do it anymore. They want a better way. It's too frustrating. They're just hitting their head against the brick wall and they're not getting the results that they want.
And especially with people who are a little bit older, like, I can't speak for the younger generation, but the older you get, your tolerance is very low, you know? You're like, oh, I'm not putting up with this crap, so you don't want to go through all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that is true. But, you know, time is precious. Time is valuable to us, so we don't want to be sitting in front of people that aren't really, you know, highly compatible.
So can I ask, I would imagine a matchmaker is a fairly elite service. Who signs on to it? Is it the singles or is it the mothers of singles?
Look, mostly it's people themselves phoning up, you know, to start the process for their own journey. But we
May
do...
I ask what age group?
Yeah. Look, it's incredibly varied. I've got a 26-year-old and I've got an 80-year-old.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Good on them.
And yeah, good on them for wanting love again. You know, men like to date as young as possible.
Do you discourage that?
Spoiler alert.
Maybe it depends how
we
rich
didn't know that already.
Really?
Do you discourage that and explain to them that it might be better to be more age appropriate?
I absolutely do.
I love that.
I absolutely do. I guide where I think the most successful blend is going to be because it's a balancing act. Women, you know, Australian women will mostly go 8 to 10 years older. That's about the limit. That's about the limit of where they're happy to sit. And we have to mirror that with men wanting younger women. But it's also about life stage. You know, there's no point connecting if you're at 2 different life stages. It's just not going to be a successful relationship.
Whereas I'm thinking if you're in your 80s, hell, go for it. Like, just have fun.
Oh, yeah. I will be.
And matchmaking is a really big thing around the world in other cultures.
Correct.
So I love matchmaking. I think it's a really good thing. And I think bring it back. Let someone who's professional do their job really, really well. Because, you know, when we're on the apps, it's a bit like, you know, walking around, bumping into things and scratching our ass. We don't know what we're doing. Trudy, as a professional matchmaker, I'm imagining that you've seen it all. So what's advice for people in real life about getting back into dating?
Well, what I would suggest is that take a strategic approach and pursue an interest that you currently have or one that you would like to pursue. Choose an event or a course where you can go and socialise with people pursuing that interest, because then you're going to meet other people who share that interest, who probably have similar values, probably have similar life stage, and you can grow your community and your network that way. So if you enjoy running, don't run alone, join a running club.
How do you do it without looking creepy? You know, I'm going out on a date with Yvie for the first time. If I sat there with a list and said, OK, yep, Yvie, do you like doing this? Tick, tick, tick. I'm going to look like I'm fairly creepy and sort of not with it. So how do you do it without looking awkward and weird? I had to ring Yvie and say, get out of there.
Well, Shane, I'll give you 2 easy tips.
OK.
Read the room. And respect boundaries. So it's no problem to be friendly, have conversation, but, you know, like I like to talk to people if I'm waiting in line for my coffee or I'm at the post office, you know, you have a little chat, but don't keep talking to them if they don't want to talk back. So, you know, you have to understand when to stop, because if you overstep that mark, then it becomes creepy.
So when they walk to the other side of the door and shut it, and you're still talking, that's probably when you stop.
You haven't really read the room properly.
And consent is a good thing. So thanks so much, Trudy. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
That's good.
Well, I tell you what, don't swipe left, because there is more fun on the way, including Pete Murray. It's good. So we're just talking about matchmaking. Fascinating topic, 1,000,001 questions. But you were sharing some stories with us, Dr. Ahmed.
Yeah, so I'm Pakistani And like lots of people from the subcontinent and the Middle East, matchmaking is quite a large part of our culture and has been for a long time. And I've got lovely memories growing up of like the network and the aunties and my mother ringing each other about proposals and then making introductions. And I remember, it's funny, at the time thinking that, you know, this was tacky, and now in adulthood I can see how useful it is, and to see it go full circle and now become sort of mainstream or normal is quite interesting. And I like it so much. So I love matchmaking, I love weddings, that I did try my own hand at being anti-SEMA and doing some matchmaking. And I actually got one of my best friends. I found her husband, and they're married and they've got a kid.
But when you're not matchmaking, you are a specialist dermatologist.
Yes, that's right.
One of the other things is you've noticed a worrying trend amongst your patients for this topical steroid withdrawals.
Yeah, so I think probably the easiest place to start off with is what topical steroids are. Steroids are artificial-made hormones that we use for medicinal purposes, and they could be administered in lots of ways for different reasons. But in dermatology, they're often used in a cream or gel form in order to treat inflammatory disorders, and that's what the topical refers to, meaning on the skin. There's historically always been a lot of fear around using topical steroids. More recently, though, the level of that fear, I would say, is probably bordering on hysteria now, and it's really largely due to social media posts. But the reality is, unfortunately, a lot of the information out there isn't actually correct and can be harmful.
Well, let's have a quick look at one example.
I used the creams as prescribed by my GP, and I still went into TSW. And knowing and experiencing what I am now, I never would have touched them. I feel like I'm being tortured 24/7 by my own body.
Well, that's pretty full on.
So she was saying her body started to reject it. Is that a thing?
Yeah, not really, I'm afraid. So the first thing I'll say is that I've got full empathy for this poor young lady,
she looks
because
like in pain.
Exactly, she's obviously in a really bad way. She's got really inflamed skin. Her skin barrier is not intact. It looks like she's got superimposed infection on that. So I definitely respect that she's going through a difficult time, but the narrative that is being shared there, there's so many problems with it. It is difficult to know where to start.
So topical steroid withdrawal, is it real? And if it is, what is it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's real in the sense that people are discussing this, but it isn't actually an accepted medical term, and there's not a clear definition for it from a medical perspective. But on social media, you'll see it used constantly to refer to problems that people are having with their skin after having used some topical steroids.
I steer clear of steroids because I'm worried about addiction. And, you know, some of the images, they're quite shocking. Oh, my God. See, that's the images I'm talking about, Doc.
Yeah, that is bad.
That is really bad.
The first thing I'd say is that no one should make light heart of topical steroids. They are medicaments, they're medications, they're prescribed, and so like all drugs, they should be respected. But the reality is we have huge, huge amounts of data that demonstrate when used correctly for the correct indication under medical supervision, the likelihood of harm is very low. So we have to have a sort of proportionate degree of worry when we're talking about these treatments. So a lot of skin eruptions that occur may be transient. You've got a rash because you've had a virus. You've got a rash because you've had a vaccine reaction. You've got a rash because you're allergic to your products. Those are generally self-limiting. So you're going to be using topical steroids if you are for a very short period of time. So again, the likelihood of harm or rejection or them losing effect is very low. But the reality is a lot of the skin conditions that I treat and a lot of the skin conditions that people, you know, in the audience or watching this will have are chronic. They're lifelong. Psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, all these kind of conditions. And in those, topical steroid use may be medium to long term. But we also would not want a patient on them, like from a medical point of view, long term. And then we start looking at alternatives.
And you were saying now there's a lot of misinformation around.
Hugely. So what you'll find is when people have a chronic condition, they use topical steroids for a period of time, the natural history of that disease when you stop treating it is that it's going to come back.
Of course. So medical practitioners, you don't really want people to take the steroids.
Exactly.
What
the aim is
it
depends a bit on the condition, but most of the way in which it's used is we try and get people really good habits, soap-free wash, regular moisturiser, to help gain control. We might give them something like a few weeks of a topical steroid with some light therapy, UVB therapy or something similar, induce remission, and then a lot of our patients will be able to have long windows of being disease-free where they just need a small top-up of their topical steroid.
I find this all fascinating, but when I used to think about steroids, I used to think if you take steroids, you get big muscles and you grow an extra head, and that was pretty much it. But, like, if topical steroids aren't working, so where do you go to from there?
There's loads of alternatives, and they're very rarely the sole treatment that we would use for a skin condition. So all the other stuff's really important. Good skincare, moisturiser, soap-free wash, but we have a whole repertoire of other treatments we can use. And the other thing is, when I look at it and I see these videos, I actually think it's probably a number of things. Some of these patients are experiencing recurrence of their disease, so it's a flare of their eczema, their psoriasis. Some of them have developed steroid-induced rosacea, which is another condition you can get from the steroid. Some of them are having genuine failure of the treatment. It's not working. That's really rare, but that can happen. Some people might be allergic to the cream that they're using. So I think what's ended up happening is they've all been lumped together. They've made an acronym for it, and it's spreading really rapidly.
Dr. Ahmed, thank you very much. Now we see why you are an expert in your field. Thank you.
Thank you.
But don't go anywhere. After the break, Crash Test Crawford takes on some 70-plus-year-old marathon runners.
Easy. Come on. Well, I'm zipping too, but I'm confident a win is on its way because it's time for... Yes, it's Crash Test Crawford. You ready for this? This is where I try and beat some of the best at what they do. And with the Melbourne Marathon coming up, I took on some long-distance legends. I'm here to catch up with the Melbourne Marathon Spartans. Collectively, they have run 138 Melbourne Marathons. That's a lot. And today, I'm going to take them on in a mini marathon. How hard can it be? Now, Johnny, the exact distance of a marathon...
42.195.
That's a long way. Now, David, I don't want you to say you did too much in the warm-up.
No, just enough.
You've been riding this bike for an hour now, so you going to have anything for the race? Because I don't do losing.
No, but the thing is, Shane, you'll come off and you'll try and beat us, but you'll say, where are we going to stop? And we'll say, we're not stopping. We're going to keep going.
Go all day, yeah. 1002, 1003, 1004.
Shane, what I have here is a Spartan shirt for you, just for today.
Just for today? What do you mean?
You give it back unless you can beat us.
Unless I can beat you. Is that a joke? She's a bit tight. Are you trying to say something?
Well, the evidence is there.
I'm a Spartan. On your marks, set, go. Keep the shirt even though I lost. Bye. I've got myself a new shirt. Spartan legends. Well, they're here. They're in the building. Would you please welcome David Foskey and John Dobson? And I do have a present. I did, because I didn't win. I was meant to give this back, but I kept it. I wouldn't do that to you, so thank you so much. That was a lot of fun.
Now you're going to hand it over.
I really love what you do. I think you're incredible. Can you tell us what a Spartan legend is?
Well, John and I did our first marathons in 1978, running from Frankston to Melbourne. We've not missed one since.
Oh.
And there's the three of us who've done that.
So how many in total is that?
That's 46.
46 marathons. Can you believe that? You know, that's phenomenal. And what about your wolf pack? Who's the oldest?
I'm afraid.
Are you? Can we have a guess? Have a guess, Mel. How old do you reckon?
60.
At about 19.
79.
You look 60.
You look amazing for 79, and it's inspiring what you do. It really is.
What got you started in it, and I guess the goal of wanting to do so many, to keep going?
After the first one, you get addicted. You know, on the day, the adrenaline's pumping. Weeks before, all the build-up. I'm lining up on the first starting line there and I'm saying, how great's this? I'm going to be doing this as long as I can. You know, this is the best thing I've ever done.
Talk about the health benefits. So if you were going to say to somebody why it's a good thing to take up marathon running, what are some of the health benefits?
Well, I think control of weight, general fitness, being able to walk up a flight of stairs without having to pause or puffing, all those things.
And the social aspect, a sense of community is so good for us too.
The thing I found hard was when you get off the grog and all your mates are gone all of a sudden and you got to find new friends. And I'm not one to go to a party and say, listen, I'm a marathon runner, like I keep it all.
No, but you come on TV wearing your singlet travelling the world.
Oh, that's different, Shane.
That's different.
But that's taken 46 years to get to that stage.
Yeah.
So it's a hell of a change of life. And, you know, you're talking about the benefits. It's mental health, everything goes great. You know, everything's firing up and your partners are very happy.
To get you out of the house.
Yeah.
And the good thing is you're going for a marathon or a jog. I'm going to run 40 Ks today.
That's right.
So everyone knows that you're not coming home for 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
But I think you should be really proud. I think you should tell everyone
Absolutely.
you are Spartan legends because that's phenomenal.
Hey, David and Johnny, we absolutely love what you do. We find it inspiring.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Go and smash out. Hopefully you do a PB this marathon coming up.
No chance.
No chance. Well, at least you're honest. Do you get high fives from runners coming past because
All the time.
they'll be inspired by what you do?
Yeah, especially because of these singlets.
Yep.
I've been interviewed on the run by a Vietnamese podcaster, so I'm pretty big in Vietnam, I believe.
Well, we are honoured to have you join us on the
I've
House
seen
of
you on
Runners,
social
so thank
media.
you. Yeah. It's fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Yes. Keep running. All the best. Well, after the break, I pack my passport and check in on the world's weirdest wellness trends.
Worldwide Wellness.
Well, this is Worldwide Wellness, a tour through the globe's most bizarre and baffling wellness trends in a kitchen. It's TV just the way Mama used to make it. First stop, Japan, for your bird poo facial. That is right, this stinky therapy sees your precious face painted with nightingale faeces. Goodbye, Nightingale. Hello, Nightmare. The so-called, and how's this for false advertising, geisha facial will set you back around $270. Side effects include massive loss of appetite and self-esteem, but hey, if being pooed on by a bird is good luck, then this is hitting the jackpot. If you like your therapies a little more delicious than literal bird poo, then let's hop on a plane to stunning Switzerland for a chocolate massage. Pop off your top and get turned into a choc top by a master masseuse who swaps out the baby oil for a chocolate orange cream that blends citrus with Switzerland's signature dessert. For a tasty Aussie twist, I reckon you just need a Mars bar, a warm day and a can-do attitude. And finally, we are now going to Thailand for a well-earned slap in the face. Yes, face slapping. A massage that lets clients enjoy a range of slaps from light taps to dead set belted across the face by a trained professional. I actually can't count the amount of times, though, I've wanted to sign Crawford for one of these sessions. But the relaxing treatments are said to improve circulation, tighten pores and boost collagen production. So it actually turns out that Will Smith just wanted to help Chris Rock's collagen production. And that was another thigh-slapping worldwide wellness.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Thanks. Bird poo facial.
You know, it's good luck. You know why it's good luck?
No.
Good luck, it's not an elephant's poo. Closer to home, another viewer has written in with a weird question, a weird body question, which has made me stand to attention. Sean writes, I I turned 51 and noticed recently that my penis has taken a wrong turn. Which makes rumpy pumpy difficult and even painful. I'm not sure my little fella is the length he used to be. How can I get my shrinky dinky back on track? Or will I be bowling off breaks forever? First, hang on.
Off break means turn sideways. Like it hooks around a corner.
There you go. OK.
How do I know this? I'm not sure. What are you talking about?
Asking for a friend.
If I have understood correctly from that description, what's he called again?
Sean.
Sean.
Why do you keep looking at me? My name's Shane, not Sean.
No, it's just because you're right across from me.
I'm the same age, but yes. OK.
Oh, I thought you wrote in the question, but just changed your name slightly. That's why I was like, Sean.
It's got nothing to do with me.
So, if I've understood correctly, this gentleman's written in saying that the curvature of his penis has changed, pain on intercourse, and he also thinks the length may have shortened.
Yeah.
OK. So I know what you're all thinking, that, you know, is this all in Shane's mind? But I don't think so.
Sean? Sean? No.
That was a very funny slip.
Fine.
You're going to leave me out of this.
Freudian.
OK. This man is not making this up.
It's not me.
I think this gentleman is describing something called Peyronie's disease, which is not actually that rare, and it's where there's abnormal scar tissue that develops inside the shaft of the penis. Sometimes it just happens for no good reason. Sometimes it's because of a trauma in the past. Sometimes it's because they might have had radiotherapy for prostate cancer.
Yeah.
So something occurs that means that the normal soft tissue of the penis ends up being replaced by scar tissue, and that results in a change in the curvature, the bend, the angle of it, which isn't actually just a cosmetic problem. As our friend writes in, it can have serious implications on sexual functioning.
And it can shorten it?
It can sometimes shorten it as well.
And is there any kind of treatment?
Yeah, there are a few. The gold standard treatment is surgery, especially if it's causing problems with urination or sexual functioning. Right. But there are some other techniques, including vacuum pumping, which gradually changes the architecture of the penis and shifts some of that scar tissue. There's even some fancy injections that dissolve some of the scar tissue.
Not shockwave therapy or...
There is shockwave therapy too. For somebody... he knows quite a lot about this, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He knows quite a lot already.
Sean's got all the... Shane's got all the answers over here.
Hey, this is unfair.
But yes, no, shockwave therapy has been used too. So the difficulty you find whenever there's a lot of different treatments for one problem, it's usually because none of them are terribly great. So at the moment, we're still, unfortunately, not able to treat this as well as we'd like. But the other reason I think it's important to talk about this issue is because there's a strong association with high blood pressure, diabetes. So people presenting with this would often be screened for those other conditions as well.
So there you have it, Sean. Get yourself to a specialist pronto.
Dr. Ahmed, thank you.
I fixed it. Good job.
Stay right where you are, because we are closing the show with Aussie music legend, Pete Murray. Well, he is the husky-voiced Aussie muso who's been melting our hearts for decades, even I'm blushing, and he's back with a brand new album. Would you please welcome the fabulous Pete Murray? Nice to see you.
Thank you.
8th studio album. That's pretty amazing. Longing.
Yes.
Tell me about the process and how was it getting it all out into the world?
This one was in the making for 10 years. There was just songs that didn't quite fit on other albums or weren't quite finished. I kept putting them into boxes called unfinished on the computer. And I'd go back and sort of, pick one out and work on it for a while and put it away for sometimes a few years. Come back again, and that's how the process went until I got a number of songs that I felt, I've got an album here now, so let's just try and finish it off, and that's how the whole thing sort of came about.
How has your music changed since your album Feeler?
Yeah, like probably the way that I record these days. Back in the old school days, you'd have the whole band come in the bigger studios, because bigger studios, there's not many around anymore. You'd have the band sort of get up and play everything, and put your bass, your drums, your keys, and everything, sort of, vocals would come in last. And I'd start off with, guide, acoustic, and then I'd sort of finish that off. And it would be like, that's how you always did it. These days, I work with one other person. Sometimes remote, so I'll have like my guitarist, Brett, who's playing with me today. He's in Melbourne, so I'll sort of send him some parts, what I'm after, and he'll send them back. So it's just changed so much where the old school days of going into the studio and you know, recording is very different to what it is now.
Just to move away from music for a moment, I'm referring to your Men's Health magazine cover, which I think Yvie has on her wall. I can see from that image that fitness and well-being...
Oh, look at Pete.
Yes, so I can see fitness and well-being is obviously a big part of your life too. Will you just tell us a bit more about that?
You know, I didn't pick a guitar up until I was 22. So before that, my whole life was sport. Swimming and athletics and footy. From where I was from up in Queensland, it was like rugby league and rugby union. And that was my life until one day I just picked up the guitar and it's kind of funny how it all sort of happened after that. So fitness has always been part of my life. And even more so when I was 18, my father passed away. He was only 47, he had a heart attack. And I think even after that, I sort of really was watching what I was eating. Because I remember having a cholesterol check and my cholesterol was quite high when I was that age. Wow. And so I thought I have to be careful with what I eat now and my diet. And because Dad wasn't an overweight man, you know, it just happened out of the blue. So I've always been sort of careful with that. But to get to that point where you get to the Men's Health cover, that's a different level of training.
Was it hard?
Yeah, you know what the hardest part is cutting out carbs and sugars. Like I don't have a sweet tooth, but that first week of cutting out sugars, first 2 weeks, I craved eating Mars bars and ice cream together.
Oh, yum.
I couldn't get it. That was the hardest thing. And after you get through those 2 weeks, it's easy.
You do live in a beautiful part of the world. You live in the Northern Rivers, or as other people say, Byron Bay. So it's not a bad place to get out and exercise.
It's great, mate. Yeah, I've been up there since 2005. And I love it. You know, there's a group of us that run the Lighthouse Steps. It's such a beautiful spot to run. It's challenging too. It's very hard. But the beautiful thing is, at the end, you get into the waters there at Waddigos Beach, which is just it's really stunning. Yeah,
such a beautiful thing.
Have you done the Lighthouse Steps?
I go there with my coffee. I drive to the top.
Sign him up. Sign him up.
Let's do some steps together. It's good fun.
I've just signed him up.
It is challenging.
Yeah, great. You'd love that.
So next time you're in Byron Bay, you might see Pete and I running down in our Speedos down the beach, Baywatch style.
Yeah.
You can come and join us.
I'll be watching with my coffee. Yeah.
You've got a son called Charlie, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I've got a Charlie too. So there's a lot of similarities.
Yep.
You've got. I can't sing and I can't play the guitar. Apart from that, I love the name Charlie. It's a beautiful name. But he actually plays with you at times on stage. Is that right?
Yeah. He has been playing music for a little while now, and he's been jumping up and playing songs with me, and people love it. You know, he's got his own great voice. It's similar to mine, but he's got his own feel. And he's been sort of.
Look how proud you are.
Yeah, it's great. And I step back and let him go because people love it. People love him more than they do me.
That's cute.
Do you get emotional sometimes when you see him sing?
It's really nice to just have one of your kids up on stage with you playing.
Yeah.
And, it's a nice moment. You know, I'm not a pushy dad, so
I'm not catching many helicopter dad vibes.
No, I'm not pushy at all. And it's like if the guys, you know, if they don't want to do music, that's up to them.
Yeah.
It's their choice. It's like music business. I think is the hardest business to have success in. And not just have success, but to have a career in is even harder.
It must be very nice being your kid, though, because that's not the talk I got. I got the, doctor, lawyer, engineer. And he's like, yeah, if you want to be a musician, it's OK.
It's all about fate.
That's quite good, Nice.
Well, we're dressed differently, too, so you can tell, you know, you're professional.
Yeah, very different
professional,
family.
you know.
Free-spirited musician.
Yeah.
With a real fitness focus. Hey, we've loved you being here. Yeah. You're going to sing for us, so you can't go yet. So you're going to go over and get yourself ready. After this, if you want more of Pete Murray's dulcet tones, his new album, Longing, is out Friday, and word is he'll be back on the road very soon.
And so are we. The House of Wellness will be back next Wednesday. But to take us home, let's head to the kitchen with Pete Murray singing Home to Me.
Just trying to think who I was just the other day, before you fell into my life, stole my heart away. I didn't know who you were, but you came and changed the game, and the rest, they say, now is history. Don't matter where we are or where we're gonna be, if we're apart, you're There's one thing you should know, and one thing you gotta believe. Honey, you're always home to me. Still remember our first kiss at your mother's place. You couldn't take away my smile from your sweet embrace. I felt so high the day you came and changed my life. Do you even really know what you did to me? Don't matter where we are or where we're gonna be. If we're apart, you're the missing piece. There's one thing you should know, and one thing you gotta believe. Honey, you're always home to me. And if you fall, I'll be your brake. And if you call, just know that I won't be too far away. Don't matter where we are or where we're gonna be. If we're apart, you're the missing piece. There's one thing you should know, and one thing you gotta believe. Honey, you're always home to me. Well, honey, you're always home to me. Well, honey, you're